you need to activate the 7 chakras to walk in the prophetic, to do healings, and start performing miracles. So in this video, I'm going to explain it to you. But before then, I'm going to tell you a story of before I activated the 7 chakras, how my life was, to how my life became when I activated the 7 chakras. So it started in 2016. In 2016, I was just reading about miracles. I watched a lot of Christian movies. I watched a lot of magic movies too. I know you are going to know about Merlin, Legend of the Seeker. I knew about Pastor Chris, Prophet TB Joshua. I knew about those people. Then I also heard about some guys from some villages that could disappear from one place and appear in another place. But then I was thinking, is this actually possible? Or maybe it's fake. Maybe it's not real. Because how can you disappear from one place and appear in another place? I also had stories of people that could, if you take a gun and you shoot those people, the bullet does absolutely nothing. Yes, absolutely nothing. I heard of stories of men that they can walk on water. I was like, are these things possible? Maybe they are fake. Maybe they are fake. People talking to angels, having conversations with angels. Because most of these people, it's even hard to get a hold of them. You will see videos of Pastor Chris in the church. He stretched forth his hands and hundreds of people are just falling down. He doesn't touch them. And this is not arranged. There is no way you can deceive or convince 500 people to fall down at once. So then you now begin to think, is this the power of God or maybe it's the power of the devil? Maybe it's not real. Maybe it has to be the devil but then you begin to think, but God is almighty. So how come the devil is more powerful than God? So it cannot be the devil. Maybe. So I began to search for the knowledge because I was like, okay, Christians can do these things. But I've also heard about witches that can do it. I've also heard about Muslims that could do it because I read a book about a Muslim man that could walk on water. And I was like, how would a Muslim walk on water? And me, a Christian, I cannot do it. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? I also read a book about a psychic that could perform the art of invisibility. Invisibility is when you can just, people will look at you, but they would not see anything. They would see empty space. I was like, are these abilities real? It sounded so strange. I read so many books. I met people that could also prophesy. They would tell you the future and it would happen. Like, how come? How are these people able to do these things? But when you ask most Christians, they'll be like, oh, you need to pray to God. I've been praying for a very long time, but I still cannot do this thing. I've been praying, I fasted, but it was not working. So obviously, fasting and prayer cannot be the method that these men were using to create these miracles. Sometimes I would be sick and I couldn't heal myself. Now, I advise people to actually use medicine. But when it gets to a level whereby medicine don't work again, then you must use the power of God to command the healing. But back then I could not do that. But after the activation of the 7 chakras, I could do all. Now there are some abilities I cannot do, but there are some abilities that I've done and I can still do. And I'm going to explain and mention some of them to you. I read about a Catholic priest I think his name was Joseph. He could, Saint Joseph of Cupertino. When praying to the Most High God, he enters into a state of rapture and he begins to levitate. He begins to float on air, in mid-air, just like that. The Catholic priests were scared of him, that they didn't want the normal church members to see him levitating in midair because they would think it's witchcraft. So they had to lock him up in a room for his own personal prayer. I read about Saint Padre Pio that could be in two places at the same time, which is the ability of bilocation. Two places at the same time. Now, I've done this so many times and I can still do it till today. It's called the gift of bilocation. Now, when you say this to a normal human being, because most people are like, how come I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube? Then I told the person, this information is deep information. Not everybody will be able to understand this. Because on TikTok, I have close to 600,000 followers, but I'm not sharing this deep information there because obviously they are going to be scared. They'll think it's the devil. They'll be scared that maybe something is going to happen to them. So they will not want to follow that kind of information. But you have been called by God to be here, to have access to this information. So this gift, I began to study. What can I do? Then one day, as I was searching on Google, I saw something. I saw 7 chakras. I was like, is it 7 chakras? 7 chakras? I could not pronounce it. I was like, what is this? I just saw some point of, I saw a picture of a man meditating, and I saw like 7 dots through the body in a straight line. I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 dots, different colors: red, blue, orange, yellow, violet, like that. Then I began to read, okay, what are the 7 chakras? What do they do? Because the chakras is actually from Sanskrit, which is an old language that does not even exist again. But because I had the ability to learn, I was not really concerned whether it was in Sanskrit, whether it was in English. All I just know is that the chakras means wheel, wheels that turn, they turn like a circle, okay? Now, I want you to watch this video to the end because I'm going to drop the information here. Because I'm going to explain some of the miracles that I've done. The miracles that I will do in front of people. And the ones I would never do in front of people. The ones I will do in front of people that I know that they are very, very close to me, maybe my students. And the ones that I will do in the front of a total stranger. Because once you achieve these abilities, your life is going to change forever. Your life will never remain the same. I know most of you are watching this video so that you can become famous, you can make a lot of money. But once you unlock this gift, the number one thing that people are going to think is that you are worshiping the devil. Because it's very strange to have this kind of abilities. There is nobody you would tell that you can disappear from one place and appear in another place that would think is the power of God. They would never believe that. So there are some things that you just have to keep to yourself because they can never be understood by the normal man. It's just too much for their mind. But there are normal things that you can talk about that even people still criticize. They think is the power of the devil. But at least prophecy is still normal. Healings are still normal. Then the normal 12 gifts in the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 12, the word of wisdom, prophecy, tongues and interpretation, then workings of miracle, a little bit, the gift of faith, those ones, discernment of spirit, because discernment of spirit is when you see spirit. It's not There's nothing called the gift of discernment. It is discernment of spirit. It is not the gift of suspicion. It is discernment of spirit. You will see a spirit like this in front of you. That's what the gift is all about. But these ones, if you're operating at the lower level, people can still talk to you. But once you now start talking about, oh, I can change rice to beans, I can create a perfume from mid-air, I can make money to appear, then you are going to have a big problem with people. So you can't be sharing that kind of information. But now let me continue my story of how I activated the 7 chakras so that you can also do the same. So that you can become like a living God, small letter God, so that you can become friends with angels. There's a level you will get to that even angels will take their note and start writing, listening to you. If you want to get to that level, make sure you keep on watching this video. So I was able to activate the 7 chakras by performing some techniques that I'm going to tell you in this video. And I can remember the first gift that activated powerfully in 2016 was advanced telepathy. Advanced telepathy is when you can read people's minds properly. Now, I'm not saying you are just reading their mind. You are going to hear their thoughts. For example, if someone says, I am going to the market tomorrow, 1 + 1 = 2, you are going to hear it in your mind that they said, I am going to the market tomorrow, 1 + 1 = 2, full stop. You will hear exactly what they said in their mind. And they are going to hear it in the language that they said it in their mind. That's number one. Now, I'm not saying these people are saying it with their mouth. No, they never said anything with their mouth. You just your chakras are just so activated that you can pick the thought of their mind, and you're going to hear it in a very loud form, as if someone plugged their mind to a loudspeaker. So you will hear it so clearly that nobody can convince you out of it because you heard it so clearly, just like someone said it with their physical mouth. Then the second one that got activated was astral projection or out of body experiences, whereby you might just be sleeping and you come out of your body and you are going to see your physical body on the bed and you are not going to die and you can still join back to your physical body again. The third one that I was able to activate was telekinesis, which is the ability to move objects without even touching this object. Now you can understand what I'm trying to talk about. If you are telling people this kind of stuff, there is no way they will not think you're using the power of the devil because it's very strange. So you just keep these things to yourself. You can only share the ones that people resonate with. People are easy to believe, like maybe prophecy, tongues. Yeah, you can share that to them. But the deep level ones, you better keep it to yourself. Another one that I activated was bilocation. I activated bilocation in 2018, being in 2 places at the same time. I can do 3 places at the same time too. I've done that so many times with proof. So it's not that maybe I'm thinking. No, I have proof that I did bilocation multiple times. When I'm in a certain location and I can project my I can create another physical body in another place and the person can see that physical body and I have a conversation with the person and they ask me, did I come to their house by so and so time, that they saw me, that they don't understand what is happening? That is more than enough proof. Or when you can project your spiritual consciousness to another location and you can call the person, the name of the person, and you can tell them to come out of their house right now. And in the afternoon, they were not sleeping and they came out of their room or their house hoping to have a conversation with you. I was just doing a test. Or when I created the physical body of myself and I went to help somebody for their exam, that is more than enough proof of having 2 bodies. Okay? Now I didn't know about this ability before until I read the book. I saw a man, read of a man in the book that did it. He said God gave him two bodies as a gift. So that was when I knew it was possible. First of all, you cannot do anything that you don't think is possible. The next one that I activated was invisibility. There are different kind of invisibilities, right? There is one whereby the person would ignore you. You'll be right in front of the person, but they will just ignore you. But you must not move too much. But the one I did is not that one. My dad entered into my room because when I was still living with them by then, around that time, he entered into my room. I did not want him to see me because I was meditating, and he would think I was practicing the power of the devil. I didn't want him to see me in that position. So I became invisible willingly. And he looked. It was just me and him in the room, but he did not see me. I still asked him last year, December. I asked him on that day, what did you see? He said he just entered into my room and he just saw some pieces of cloth on the floor. I didn't want him to see me in that position, so I became invisible. He left the room. Then he went to ask my mom, where was I? Then my mom told him, Victor is in the room. So I came out from that same room that he said he didn't see me in. It was a very tight room. There was nowhere to hide. I was right in front of him. And like we're very, very close, like directly in front of him. But I did not want him to see me. That's invisibility. Yeah, there are many other ones too, but let me just keep it there. There's healing incurable diseases. Now, I didn't learn this ability to maybe help somebody. I learned them for myself. So most times, if someone comes to me and they be like, "Can I help them with this?" I just ignore them. I don't want to talk about it with them. Oh, can you? I have HIV. Please, can you heal me? Of course I can, but I don't really have interest in it. Maybe it's just my personality trait, or maybe because I don't want people to know that I can do these things, because it just causes so much problem for you in life. People think all kind of stuff. People hate. People are so scared. They just cannot believe. Yes, I've done a lot of healings. So sometimes people message me and be like, if the person is close, like maybe the person knows me, maybe they live in the same vicinity, I'm not going to help them. I would not. But if it's like someone that is from a far place, they don't really know me, of course, I would. Healing is possible. But there are some people that they just message me. I don't just want to heal them. So I tell them to go meditate and stuff. Because I taught my student how to heal, and he has been able to heal a lot of people. But in my school, I still tell people use medicine. I will only attend to you if you have used medicine and it didn't work. And maybe I like you. Like I just feel like helping you. Now, how can you activate your chakras? Because when I activated my chakras, angels started to appear to me. They came. I was able to visit heaven. My clairaudient ability, the ability to hear spiritual sounds, came up. I developed electrokinesis, whereby you can manipulate electricity. I did a lot of these things when I was in the university because I had a lot of time. I was a student. I was not going to lecture. I could manipulate reality. So when I say manipulate reality, in fact, you can change the past and you can change the future if you activate your seven chakras. All those things that you see in the movies, yes, you can do them. Just not as exaggerated as those movies, right? For example, you can change the past. Let's say someone was proclaimed to have HIV in the past by a doctor and they come and meet you. You can just change that past and decide that they no longer have HIV in the past. And without praying for this person, without doing any sort of healing, as long as you change the past, their future is going to be healed instantly. You can never hear this anywhere online. I'm the only one saying it because I've done it and I want to teach you. Hopefully, I'm dropping this information here so that it can become strong enough so that the next generation can do better. Because I'm telling you, most of the people nowadays are just weak. They can't do anything. They're just claiming faith, 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 faith. Weaklings. And they call people like us demonic, demonic, demonic. You don't have power. You are wasting your time. You will soon get to 50 years old now. By then, you would not even have time to practice again because you're a lazy person normally. So this is the time you can practice. Okay? When I was in the university, I shake the guy with the intention to shock him with electricity. And he fell down right there and he screamed. I created the electricity from my hands. I have friends that can do teleportation, they can disappear from one place, and they are not using charms. I'm telling you, they are not using juju. I've never seen any juju person that can do miracles. The only thing I hear is, oh, someone is using juju. Then show me the person. They don't exist. It's all word of mouth. Unless some that don't have money, very few ones, they're not popular, they don't have money. When I was in the university, I could just go to a tree and just cause the tree to die. And the tree would die in 2 weeks. The tree would dry up. And it was the season of the tree. Maybe it's the season of orange. I could just walk up. I was just performing miracles like a crazy person when I was in the university. Because I had no work. I had nothing to do. I was just practicing all around. So now let's go straight. How can you develop these gifts and powers? These powers come from the 7 chakras. That is where they come from. The gift of prophecy, clairvoyance, angels, summoning angels, discernment of spirits, anything with seeing vision, seeing, it comes from the third eye. The third eye chakra, that's where it comes from. The color of the third eye chakra is blue and it rotates clockwise from inside of the body to the right. It accumulates energy to the right. Now, this is how the chakras are. We have one, the crown chakra at the top of the head. We have one in front of the forehead, the third eye chakra. We have one in front of the throat, the throat chakra. We have one in front of the heart chakra. That's number 4. We have one in the belly, the belly chakra. Then we have one in the sexual area, which is the sexual chakra. That's number 6. Then we have number 7, the root chakra. From the sexual chakra, which is your sexual organ, to the third eye, those chakras are inside of the body. But there are 2 chakras that are outside of the body, which is the crown chakra and the root chakra. The root chakra is at the tailbone, the coccyx, under the coccyx, the tailbone of the body. Then the crown chakra is at the top of the head, hanging there, moving with you everywhere you go. So these chakras accumulate the energy of God, the miraculous energy. That's how you get that miraculous energy, because it's like petrol. If you have a generator but there's no petrol, nothing is going to happen. I'm telling you, nothing will happen. That generator will not turn on. You will never be able to generate that electricity that you need. So the chakras are like, the petrol. They bring in the petrol and they generate the power. So 2 chakras outside of the body that are straight. They are straight like this. The crown chakra and the root chakra, they go straight like a single line. Then the other 5 chakras, the third eye chakra to the sexual chakra, they enter into the body and they come out from behind. So they are spinning, 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 spinning. That's how it is. You can say, I'm going to put links to the chakras under this video in the description. By the way, if you want to join my prophetic school, or you want to learn how to summon angels, or you need impartation from me, if you want to be able to do these things within 3 days, just click the link below. But if you want to practice and get the abilities by yourself, you can still click the link below, or maybe just chat with me on WhatsApp anyway. So these chakras, they get the energy, they suck the energy into the body, into the body. So something happens as they begin to suck this energy. It creates like a ripple. It creates an overflow. So this overflow is what creates the aura of the person. The aura is like a circle that kind of like that encapsulates you. That is the aura, like a magnetic field. To me, if someone doesn't even know me before, once they look at me, they are sensing something. They don't know what that thing is, so they are scared. It's because they are feeling my aura. Because normally, if you look at an angel, you are going to be very scared. But if you check the Bible, whenever a prophet meets an angel, the prophet is very scared. So because the prophet was scared, does that mean the angel is demonic? He's just scared of the angel because he can feel the power. That's all. So being scared of someone does not mean it's demonic. It just means you are sensing something that you don't really understand. So the chakras flow like a river, then they encapsulate you to create the aura. So this aura is what people use to perform miracles. And the chakras is what they use to get the energy. Or do you understand? If you gain mastery over your aura, you'll be able to do a lot of miracles, uncountable miracles. If you gain access and powers and control over any particular chakra, there's a relative power that comes with each of the chakras. For example, if you want to do levitation, levitation comes from the root chakra, mastery of the root chakra. Yes, that's where levitation comes from. If you master the third eye chakra, you'll be very good in prophecy. You'll be able to do bilocation. If you gain access to the powers of the throat chakra, you'll be able to command things to happen. I read of a man that gained mastery over the throat chakra. And if this man says, I command the money to appear right now, the money will appear physically because he gained access to the complete and full power of the throat chakra. All these chakras are in your body, whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, it is there. As long as you have a nervous system, you can now decide that, okay, I don't want to activate them because nothing happens by chance. You can never become a millionaire by chance. You can never have 6 packs by chance. So what is giving you the idea that you are going to have spiritual powers by chance? You must be joking. You cannot become a billionaire by chance, by luck. It never happens. These people have to work towards it. Same thing with teleportation. I'm telling you, you will never become invincible by luck. It won't happen. So when you now be like, why can't I do it? You cannot do it because you did not put in the effort now. So you can never do it. The only people that can manifest this kind of abilities are the ones that put in the effort, the time, then they gain access to the dimension. There are different ways you can gain access to the dimension. You can either gain access through practice, dedication, faith, belief, and patience, or somebody inside of that realm just brings you in. It is very easy, but it's hard to find people. It's very hard to find people that can just bring you into a particular dimension. Because even sometimes, if your heart is not clean with the person, the dimension is going to reject you automatically. Because some people want to learn this ability so that they can start killing people, cursing people. You will never achieve this ability. Some people want to achieve this ability so that they can become famous and claim that they are the best in the world. You might not like the personality trait of the people that have this gift, but I'm telling you, they deserve it. That's why they have it. They put in the work and the effort. So to accumulate energy into your chakras, you need to spin them properly. The third eye chakra to the right, the crown chakra to the left, throat chakra to the right, heart chakra to the left, belly chakra to the right, sexual chakra to the right, and root chakra to the left. That is the spinning rotation. When you listen to the chakras, you hear it's a sound, it's a spiritual sound, like a high resonance. So that's why whenever you want to come out of your body, maybe astral projection wants to happen, you will hear that sound. It's different. Like for example, sounds different from it sounds different from those are different frequencies. You will hear those frequencies, and it will produce the particular manifestation that you are looking for. This is deep. That's what I'm telling you. You need to go to a school that will teach you. You cannot just be like, the Holy Spirit is going to teach me this stuff. Why can't the Holy Spirit teach you chemistry and biology? Let the Holy Spirit teach you chemistry and biology in school now, and mathematics, so that you pass. Why must you read textbooks? Same thing in this. You will never become exceptional unless you go through this training, these schools of prophecy. Well, that will be all for today. If you want to learn more, just click the link below and you begin to manifest these powers. This video is my gift to you, to let you understand that these things are possible. People can do all these things, so you are just the one that cannot do it. So because you cannot do it, you think it's impossible. But nobody's going to come online on social media and be talking about that I can do this stuff, because everybody receives a warning. I had my own fair share of the troubles when I was in the university. Just simple prophecy. People say I'm the devil. It has changed my life forever. Let alone you telling somebody that you can do teleportation. Be careful. You put yourself in big issues. You would never recover, because anytime people see you, they just see the devil. That's all. So you have to be careful with what you tell people. I will see you in my next video.